Hello everyone, we will be starting our Shift Capital Connected Business Implementation tutorial. So in here I will give you guys a brief but to some cases detailed introduction about the implementation for each row. So whenever you had questions about some specific functions in process, you can always refer back to this video and see how I did this. Alright, so first I will start with these two parts. The first part is management and then warehouse. I first divided them to different roles, so each of you can pick the right video according to a role, so you don't have to see something that's really relevant to your work. So today we'll get started with the management part. So basically we will first have our supplier creation, for which you will have your supplier's profile in here, so you can track each PO and the activities with suppliers, how much money you owe and how much money you paid and stuff like that. This would be the first thing. And then item creation. So after our development department has done the development job, we will have item creation, for which you have for example a specific type of shoe created, and the profile would be stored in the system. And then it's warehouse location creation. So this is really simple. Whenever you had another warehouse, we go through this process, and this obviously wouldn't be very frequent. And the last part for management is PO creation, for which you have to create a PO and input the supplier's information and item information and cost and all that. So let's get started. We will log in as admin in this case. Okay, so supplier creation, we first go to the supplier module and entity, click new supplier. Oops. Okay, basically we entered the supplier's name and contact. For example, let's do what's today's date? It's February the 8th. So let's do test supplier 0208 to identify that this is the test account. This is a test profile that we created at this date. And default contact, let's use Lance in this case. Alright, so basically in here you will have like a profile of a specific person, for which we might refer back to the contact, right? In here. So we don't really need to, I mean in our case we don't really need to have a lot of specific information in here, but everything is available that's relevant to a supplier, like a factory or a contact from that factory. So in address, let's put test address. In city, let's do let's say Windsor. Oh, we might need the zip code in here. Let's see if this works. No, it doesn't. The zip code has to be like most likely in the United States, or because I select the United States in here. So actually we can do China. Yes, here we go. So they don't ask for a zip code. City, year, province or state, commercial, telephone number, put whatever, and fax, the same thing. Email, we have an email address, right? And in this case, let's do test supplier @supplier.com. All right, and this one would be used for writing emails. So later we will see in the supplier window, when you are viewing the supplier's profile, there will be a function which is to write an email, and this email address will be used. A website, not necessary, of course. And currency, in most cases, we're gonna do USD, but if we are gonna do Chinese yuan, it's available in here. And this part is very important: payment terms. So we will set up our own payment terms according to our situation, and these are all available, like anything you want. So let's just do the default, which is term 30 days from document date. And credit limit, and for most of our suppliers, we start with 0. Purchase tax, we don't have to set it up in here. Shipping method, we don't need. And location, this is the default location that we use to store the shipment from this specific supplier. And in this case, let's use Best Guy Warehouse, which is the one we currently use. Alright, account number we don't really need at this moment. And for default contact tab, right here, we can have a job title and department in here, for which it indicates the name and profile of this specific contact person. So well, see, it's very simple. Like let's say this guy is a administration guy and department is admin. So yeah, and the general information from the last page was already transferred to here as well, so we can see all of the stuff in here. And if you have some additional mobile phone that you want to enter in here, you can always do that. Alright, this is pretty simple, and let's go to the next step. Finish. Okay, so for now we have created our new supplier, and what we can do is to click the arrow here and click find supplier. And here is the whole list of the suppliers that we currently have, and some of them might be active and some of them could be inactive, which, well, in our case might be some suppliers who doesn't do business with us anymore. And we can't store the information in here, but we can change it to inactive. And I'll show you that function later on. So in the search box, we can put the supplier's name, which we just created. We can just put text, which is part of the name of the supplier. And our supplier is, oh no, we didn't have that. Wait, what was the name? Oh, it's not here for some reason. This is weird. Well, let me try again. I really have no idea why it didn't work. Let's do test supplier 0208 invoice. And I won't input those information again, just to make it easier. Okay, here you go. And this window is supposed to pop up automatically once you have finished the creation process of the supplier. And in here you will see what you've put before this during the creation process, and you can always change and add information later in here. It's really easy. So here we have some more tabs, obviously, like items. Items are like the items you linked to this supplier, the items that they supply for us. And for analysis, we will see is basically the financial transactions and relationships between the two parties of us. And for now, obviously, we didn't have any business at all, so it is all 0. Bills, credits, anything. Transactions, we will have those requisitions, POs, goods received, blah blah, and all the physical transactions between each one of us. recent purchases, similar stuff, age credits. It's really easy. And relations, and that's the relationship between each one of us, between the two of us. Okay, and let's do save and close. Okay, so for now we will be able to see the supplier in here, right? Let's search test. Here you go, test supplier 0208. And this one, supplier code, this is generated automatically by the system. So basically this one is the 41st supplier that's created in the system. So we don't have to care too much about this. If you double click this, and this window is gonna pop up like we've seen. Alright, so this is all about supplier creation.